Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan battle video, and today we are going to look at this monster of a free-to-play unit. I absolutely love this guy. So this is the physical free-to-play UI signed Goku. I have him rainbowed and full level 10 links. A lot of you might be thinking like, why should I care about this guy? Because there are two better UI Gokus, right? So the Int UI Goku just got his EZA, and then there's also the Strength LR UI Goku is fantastic as well. Well, the reason why this guy is so significant is the same name update is coming very soon, so you can run these UI Gokus on the same team. They do not link together, but this guy doesn't need to link because he's a floating support unit that is quite capable offensively and defensively. So I absolutely adore this guy, so I want to show him off as a feature in this video so you guys can see how amazing he is, and you really need to get him farmed up and his EZA done. And hey, they give you a free sticker for him. You just have to use him 77 times in battle. So what I did was I just started link leveling him right away, and just through link leveling and having him in like other short little quests that I was doing for dailies and stuff, I got his sticker pretty quickly. So and it's not a bad sticker either. Very, very nice. So let's take a look at his skills and passive. We'll look at the team build and then we'll hop right in, right? So his super attack, and part of the reason that makes him so good, is he infinitely stacks attack and defense and causes supreme damage to the enemy. So in a long event, like the legendary Goku event, this guy can just be absolutely nutty, right? Um, Here's his passive. Universal Survival Saga category allies 3 key and 30% attack and defense. And then he also has attack and defense right away of 120% at the start of turn. He has a high chance of evading the enemy's attack just like for free. So what makes this guy crazy is that he's an infinite stacker, but he has the dodge to cover up his weak defense early on, and then he could just build up, and then it doesn't matter if he dodges, and his dodge never runs out, and he's supporting the team. So that's why this guy is so crazy. His kit is very simple, but he's got like everything he has is fantastic. You can see I built mine with 24 additional. When you get stackers, you want to give them tons of additional, right? And then equips, I gave him some additional as well, and you can see full level 10 links. Now, I do have kind of an oddball unit on the team, and that is going to be, so this is my team build, so I'm just running a Reps of U7 team. I'm doing the Goku Frieza as the leader because I want the max leader skills so we can get the most out of them. We're going to run this Roshi as a support unit. He's going to be 40% support for the Goku. We'll run this Gohan and Piccolo as a support. He's only a 20% support, so we're going to see some varying values there. This is kind of the oddball guy I threw on. So this is kind of an opportunity to show him off as well, but you can see like fully rainbowed, he doesn't even have 10,000 attack. So he's quite weak for stats. But I would say in terms of a login unit, this is by far the best login unit we've ever got. I like if you're desperate, like if you're brand new and you've got like nothing and you need to put together a bare bones Reps U7 team, like he's not the worst choice because he does have dodge in his kit. He's got a high chance of dodging, but only for so many turns. So then it will run out. But he's actually a fun little login unit. He's not someone I would seriously run on my Reps U7 team. Like when the same name update comes out, I don't recommend running him with the LR mastered UI. But the reason I'm running this guy is he links up really, really well with the physical Goku, and I really want to get this first Awakened link, which not many units in the game have. You see, it's a very, very short list of characters. The Int UI has it, but they don't link together. So when the same name update comes, you still can't link them and get that. When the Int UI transforms, they will link, but then the transformed one loses First Awaken, so then he doesn't have it anymore, right? But this First Awaken link is a 25% attack link, so I want to run them together to get the most out of them, just so you guys can see that. So let's hop in. You can see my mastered UI is on the second rotation. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to pull my physical one off rotation to start. He is stacking, so I mean, look at Roshi. Like, there's no way Roshi is going to let him off the hook. So it's going to be a while because we got both our supports together. It's going to be a while till we get them off, but I don't want to wait like X number of turns to get the mastered UI off and then back around again. So I'm going to do it this way. So just looking turn one, my physical UI Goku's at 144k defense. This is a free-to-play like support unit. 144k defense with stacking is absolutely insane, and he has a high chance to dodge. So even though this is his weakest defensive state, he can still dodge out of situations. So he's crazy. I mean, Roshi was starting off at an 18 key super. So I can't avoid. If I could, I would avoid supering with Roshi, but I'm pretty sure that this Goku's going to get incinerated by Roshi because Roshi is getting triple supported. All three units are support units. So let's just see Roshi with triple support here. Um, this Roshi's going to put up a pretty nutty attack stat, I think. I'm pretty sure it's going to be over 6 mil. Okay, about 6 mil. Yeah, that's a pretty darn good attack stat for this Roshi. Um, if you're curious, I do have a full level 10 links video on this Roshi that I've already posted, so please check that out if you want to see a feature of him. He is literally the best support, or not support, the best free to play unit in all of Dokkan. All right, so I'm going to leave this guy on rotation. We're going to do something kind of funny. I'm going to leave him here in harm's way, and let's just see if he dodges for us. I don't think we would die. I mean, what's his defense? 40. I'm not gonna. Never mind. He's only at 48k defense. We actually could die this early in the event, so we'll just put Goku and Frieza there to be safe. But we'll get a little attack stat from this login unit here. All right. He's not like embarrassingly bad. Like considering he's like an unawakened unit, he's actually solid, right? Um, so if Dokkan ever decides they're gonna like awaken all these login units, they could actually make him crazy, which I think would actually be really, really cool. All right, let's see what our login unit does. Yeah, 690k, so not even a mil, right? So you can see he's not worth putting on the team. And like I said, but in terms of login units, he's probably the best, which isn't saying much for the other login units, right? So one of my videos was on like who you should use your 6th anniversary coins on, and in that 6th anniversary coin shop is where you can get all the login units from other anniversaries. So in that video, I recommend that um, you don't buy any of those units because they're not useful on a team. Like you would never run them in an actual event. The only reason you'd want to buy them is if you want them for collection purposes. So if you want them to collect, then yes, go ahead and buy one of each. But don't like buy dupes and rainbow them. It's not worth it. They are not good. So someone commented on that video and they're like, really? You wouldn't buy any of them? I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't if you want them for a team. If you want them for collecting, then yes, buy one. Your coins are way more well spent, especially as a newer player, on Grand Kais and potential orbs. That's really what you want to funnel those 6th anniversary coins into. Anyways, we're getting sidetracked. So we've got our rotation set. So you can see here we are getting 5 out of 7 links. He's getting all 6. Let's see here. Experienced fighters and shattering the limit. If we go in the middle, okay, we can grab 6 links if we go in the middle. I'm okay doing that. Let's see defensively. 126k defense. Okay, so the reason why that Goku is so insane defensively is he was getting triple supported, right? So this is more typical of what he would start off with, is like around 100k-ish defense. Because remember, or no, he hasn't stacked yet. So yeah, 120-ish k. This is more typical of a starting point for him. So let's go ahead and attack and see what happens. I will put Strength Goku first, and let's see what he does. So this is a no support turn, other than like he's giving himself support, but. Let's see. Yep, we got a dodge from our login unit. That's good. So 1.26 mil. When properly linked, now we've got him over a mil at least, right? So yeah, dodging coming through. So look at that. 2.4 mil. This is his first attack, and he's an infinitely stacking unit. Keep that in mind. And he's a support unit. So you guys can imagine. Like, he is literally like one of the most perfectly built support units, because he's permanently stacking. Because typically when you think of a support unit, you don't really think of it as like a main attacking unit. But in a long event, this Goku can be a main rotation unit. He's supporting the team. He's stacking defense. He has the dodge to cover up when his defense is weak. And then his defense is going to get so high, it's not going to matter if he dodges or not. And because he has such a high starting point, he's going to stack quickly. So we are going to very quickly see his defense and attack improve. So we're going to keep Tien and Roshi off rotation because we want them to float around back to Goku. We should have Goku on a support rotation next turn, and it should be LR Master Roshi. So we're going to be getting a very, very nice 40% support rotation. So, 8 mil from this guy. That's not too shabby. This LR Goku and Frieza with his EZA routinely is around the 10 million range. If the enemy is debuffed and he's properly linked and supported, like he's very easily in that 10 mil range. He hits really hard, really crazy hard, right? Okay. So we got that Goku. All right, this is the rotation we want to see here. So this is our first like nicely built rotation where we are linked up how we want, and we have support. And here we are getting 6 out of 7 links in the middle. Let's check his defense. 186k. He's already approaching 200k defense. So just from his stack and getting a support this turn, he went from what 124 to 183. So like 60k-ish defense just in one turn there. So we'll let the strength attack. What's the strength UI look? Okay, so the strength UI, his defense is a lot more respectable now that he's linked up and supported, 113k. But still, like, he's going to get crushed in here. I'm comfortable this early on putting him in slot 1, and he can still dodge. But look at this, we're already at turn 6. So starting next turn, that strength UI Goku, he can't dodge anymore. He loses that because he only gets that for 6 turns, right? So if this guy always had the high, and he's going to lose attack, because he's getting 66% and the dodge for 6 turns. So he's basically going to become an L after this turn. So in long events, you definitely don't want to bring that strength UI. But the physical guy, the guy we are showcasing, he is a must for long events, especially if you're running Universal Survival Saga. He is just crazy. So let's see what he does here. So remember, he was 2.4. He's got a stack and a support unit now. Look at this guy, 1.6. I mean, we saw how weak his attack stat was, right? Dodge, please. Okay. Whew. Okay, let's see what we got here. 2.7. He's already approaching 3 mil. This is only his second attack, by the way. So, yeah, 2.8. And this is why you give him additionals, because then he stacks faster. So his defense is going to be looking over 200k next turn. He's going to be sitting real pretty. He's already, like, the thing is he's scaling with this event. So, like, he's pretty much going to be taking double digits the whole way through, other than maybe a super attack type disadvantage. But because he's growing with the difficulty of the event, his defense is going to keep scaling and like match what we need. This is going to seem kind of weird, but I think I'm just going to keep this rotation of 2 freezes not linking, because I want to keep all my supports floating around so that my physical Goku will always have at least a support on rotation. So this isn't how you would really want to do it. You never want to like put 2 of the same unit on rotation unless you have a transforming unit. If you have 2 units of the same name and one transforms, then they will link. So that's a really useful thing. We're not really at risk of dying here, so we're just going to go ahead. I did bring plenty of items, so if we do get in a dicey situation, we'll heal up, we'll use a Ghost Usher, we'll use a Whis, whatever we got to do, right? So I know I kind of preach this. If you've watched multiple of my videos, at some point I have probably said somewhere, you need to grind out these free-to-play EZA units. You need to grind out every free-to-play unit they give you. You don't have to put orbs into them if you can't afford it, but grind them out, get them, because these free-to-play units, they're used for other EZAs. Some of them are just godly on their own, like this physical Goku. Like, and if you don't know about the same name update and you were thinking you didn't need this guy, like, you need to get this guy. Because with the same name update, your team building is going to open up so much. You're going to be able to do so many fun teams, so many fun builds. All right, so here's another good turn. We got another 40% support. Let's see. Ooh, 7 out of 7 links. So it's unfortunate I got to leave this guy in slot 1. He can't dodge, right? He could get one shot on a super with 113k defense, so I am going to throw down a Whis here just to protect us a little bit. But look at that, 244k defense. Like, we're already going to be approaching 300k defense. So, yeah, he's fine. Trust me, this guy is fine defensively. On a super with 244k defense from this guy, he probably would still take damage, but it'd be like 30k or something. It would be like nothing. So, not to mention this guy can still dodge, right? So, let's go ahead and see what happens here. With Whis, I think we're completely fine. This Tien and Roshi, by the way, they seem really weak, but their passive builds up as they get hit. So if they get hit enough, they can put out like 2.5 million attack stats. So they're a fantastic free-to-play unit. I recommend everybody Rainbows and EZAs. The only of the new free-to-play units, the only one I wouldn't recommend that you would want a Rainbow right away is the Krillin 18. There we go, 3.1 mil from this guy. And he's still growing. He's just it's only going to go up, right? The Krillin in 18 though, by the way, they're really good in long events, but outside of that, they're not that great. So like turn 1, they're going to hit like 800k, but like I don't know, turn 7, 8 or 9 when they're fully built up, they're going to hit like 4 mil, 5 mil. They're an infinitely stacking unit. So I did a Goku just on my own. I did a legendary Goku event run with the Krillin in 18, and I had them up to like over 5 mil attack. So like they can get crazy, but they're like relegated to only long events if you're serious about using them. So I would say like, if you don't have a lot of reps of U7, like they're worth rainbowing if you want to beat like legendary Goku event with them. But like for the average player, like you don't need to use resources on them, but just you still want to grind them out, get all their dupe pass filled, get them SA10, or actually SA15 and Easy Aid, and then if he's needed for an Easy Aid, then you're gonna want to rainbow him, right? But the Krillin 18, like none of the free to play units are bad. Like they're all good. It's just the Krillin in 18, like the rest of them are so good that this unit that can hit a 5 million attack stat is considered the worst of the bunch. That tells you like just the quality of free to play unit you're getting in this anniversary. Um, yeah, it's just wild, right? Let's see what Frieza takes here. Oh, that's nothing. Oh, that's right. I have a Whis active though. I had no worries there. Type advantage with the Whis. He's not taking anything. Okay. All right. Let's see what our rotation looks like. All right. So here's the thing. On this turn, it is possible like his attack isn't going to grow as much or could almost be the same as last turn just because our support went down 20%, right? Um, Here we're only 5 out of 7 links, so I am going to put the physical one in harm's way. And we're going to see how much he can dodge and how much he can tank here. Defensively, 246k defense. So, like I said, that's a very similar stat to last turn, but that's because our support buff got downgraded a little bit, right? So we're going to see a big upgrade on the next turn when we got our 40% back. No risk of strength UI getting us killed because we got a Dokkan attack and we're going to incinerate. So we're going to be just fine here. Okay, let's see if we can get some dodges with physical UI. Show us that dodge ability. Yeah, there it is. Another one? Another one? Yeah, so he dodged 3 out of the 4 attacks. You see why this guy is busted? He just has that unconditionally. His dodge doesn't run out. That's part of what makes LR AGL UI Goku so good, is that he just has unconditional dodge all the time. Like when you look at like strength UI Goku, like his dodge percent goes down after so many turns. Other units like that strength login unit, his dodge actually runs out at a certain point, right? But it's just unconditional. He has a high chance to dodge. Like that's just crazy to me. He's just a free unit. Like he's easy to grind up. There's no reason not to do it. I'm like a long-term player with a very extensive box of like LR summonable rainbow units, and I highly value these free-to-play units. I am using them a lot. This is part of the reason in general that Dokkan is just, it's my favorite thing about Dokkan is Easy A's and free-to-play units. They do it better than anyone else. So the thing that's crazy is the free-to-play units you can farm up. It doesn't matter how good you are. They're all easy enough to farm up. Doesn't matter if you're a newer player or older player. And they make them meta relevant for the time they come out. And then just when they Easy Aid these old banner units for a player that's been playing a long time like myself, it's literally like I just wake up one morning and I have a God Rainbow unit sitting in my box that I didn't have the day before. Because the Easy A is just so ridiculous. Oh, I just died. That is quite unfortunate. I think I need to pay more attention. All right, what I'm going to do, guys, I am going to do a cut, and I'm going to get back to the same point with about similar amount of stacks, and we will continue the showcase. All right, guys, we're back. So I had to go a little bit farther in the event because my Goku this time around was really unlucky and like never got a double super. So I think he's roughly at attack-wise where we were when we left off before. Now to make sure that doesn't happen again, I went ahead and I did about, I don't know, an hour or two of research. I went through all the Dokkan Reddits, watched a bunch of YouTube videos, researched the Dokkan wiki, and I found out there's this experimental new technique. It's called paying attention. So I'm going to try that this time and see if I don't get us killed, okay? I know it's a crazy new technique, just heard about it. I'm going to try it and see if we can survive here. So, defensively, about 250k defense, and this is without support. So that's pretty darn good, because the last turn that we had in the other part of the video, I was kind of near that with support, so we're doing pretty good here. So, we could, like, we're in high risk of getting killed here, so I might just actually Ghost Usher this because I want to make sure we can get to another turn. So we can see, because the whole point with these stacking units, we want to see, like, how much they stack by the end of a long event, right? So I want to get this turn done, and then the next turn versus which should be int UI. We'll see where we're at, and then that'll be then if we die at that point, we'll call it. But we want to see where we are by the end of this legendary Goku event. And like I said, a new experimental strategy. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to try to pay attention so that I don't die. See if I can do it. We'll see. We'll see. It was some extensive research I had to do to figure that one out. Okay, so what we need to do here is we need to get Tien and Roshi off rotation. This is like quite the deadly turn. I'm just going to use a Princess Snake for damage reduction, but it's quite unfortunate actually because I used my last Ghost Usher. Tien and Roshi is actually my better. Actually, we're going to do that. They're a little bit better defensively right now. I'm just going to hope we don't die again. That's the unfortunate part about this particular event with this team is we're very, very tech heavy. Yeah, we definitely could die. Let's hope we don't, because I just got I did a lot of work to get us back here. I'd like to get one more attack stat. We'll see if it happens, though. Oh, dear. Please survive. I don't want to do this again. Okay. I think we're good. Because I think from normals with the Princess Snake, this Frieza is going to be fine. And the Tien and Roshi is going to be fine also because they're better defensively. Yeah, look at these guys up to 2.7 mil. Like I said, these guys can get crazy when they're stacked up. So they have taken all their hits, and I think they are full. Yeah, they're fully stacked, and yeah, they're taking double digits with the Princess Snake, but that's still good with type disadvantage, right? All right, so all right, this is probably this is going to be our last turn because we're definitely not going to be able to survive, and I let myself run out of items. So. We definitely would get more links with Roshi. Here's what I'm going to do. Since this is going to be the last turn, I'm going to put Roshi in the first slot because Roshi, I think, is going to be okay defensively. And we'll get a good amount of healing here. And then let's see what my Goku's at defensively. So yeah, 330k defense. Like, that's fantastic. And his attack stat should be over 3 mil. And then the Goku on the end for sure is going to get us killed. Like, we're going to die for sure this turn. There's no way we survive it. So this will be our last attack stat. But yeah, definitely want to get this attack stat here. So don't super Roshi. If he does, I think Roshi can tank it. But okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. So yeah, about 3 mil. So by the end of the Legendary Goku event, we had this guy hovering around 300k defense, 3 mil attack stats, supporting the team while having a high chance to dodge the whole way. So I think this guy's an incredible floating support unit, like a must-have for Universal Survival Saga or for Reps of U7. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think of this guy. I hope you grind him up. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all in the next one.